And let's jump into it now. We can see that we're currently down a pawn and a bishop in the starting position. Now that shouldn't worry us too much, because the bishop that I was just highlighting that black has extra, that is hanging. However, we don't want to take that. Why not? Because yes, now we're only down a pawn, but after a move like bishop e6, suddenly this rook is out of play. We're still down a pawn. The position is not lost for us, but it's going to be a big battle, and we are most likely going to lose it in the long term. So that is of course not what we are looking for. So let's go back to the start here and try to see what else we can notice apart from the bishop hanging on e7. I think one of the first things we should see is this monster bishop along the long diagonal, and look at how weakened the black king is, seeing as this pawn has pushed forward to b6. The question becomes, how do we use this diagonal the best? Now, one very tempting move is queen f3, threatening checkmate on a8, and there is only one way here for black to deal with that threat, and that is to play c6. Now things get a little bit tactical here. The best move, I'll just show you the top computer lines, is to take on e7, then take on c6, only move again for black rook c8. But now queen a8 is no longer a checkmate. I mean, this line is crazy. It looks like white should be crashing through somehow. But let me tell you, the computers say that this position is only a draw after queen d5, bishop d7. Now suddenly an only move for white. I'm leaving the scope of this puzzle. I will stop here. The computer now gives a perpetual check here after, or repetition after rook c7, rook a8, back and forth, seeing as everything is tied down. So this line certainly very tempting, but only good enough for a draw, and it's a fun line, so I encourage you to take a look at it if you're interested. So queen f3, very tempting, but not good enough for the win. What we need to do to win is just be completely brutal and open up the black king's position with rook takes a7. The problem that black faces now is if they recapture the rook, in comes the other rook on.
Please do subscribe.